So this is the three butterflies motif, and it's kind of a new one. It's a fun thing to do to get some color down. Kind of doing a wet on wet here with a little tiny bit of yellow going around the outside. Went to the outside edge over here, so I'll just pull that back. And then now I can take a little bit of this sunset and just kind of dab it into these wings. They will not be symmetrical, so this is definitely going to be more whimsical here. Put in a little bit of this hot pink. And now I'm going to go back and put in a little bit more of that yellow, a little more pigmentation here. I'm going to get out to the outside a bit, to the lines that I have here. Your line weight might be a little bit lighter for your take and paint. Then dab in a little bit of purple. You can make up whatever color you want. And then I'm going to use this black here, and I'm going to allow it to bleed a little bit into that wing. And come and push that black around a little bit. And I might take a little bit of black and put some into here and go up. And it's cool because it'll dry however it wants. It'll just keep moving around. And I want to put more pink back in that. A little bit of that sunset color. Let's see how that ends up drying. So with this style, since it's so saturated and wet, we really want to make sure we let that dry or don't put our hand in it. So we'll go up here, and this one I created actually using yellow in the background again. What I did before is took this purple and put it in here pretty heavy. I want to kind of think about your colors so that they're not ones that are going to clash. You can always test them out on your little test strip of paper. And I'm going to push a little bit of that yellow in there. You can see it kind of does a little push-pull. It's kind of fighting its way around to see what's going to go where, and that's sort of turning into a little bit of a mess, a little green. So I'm going to pull some of that back, siphon it actually, and let that dry a little bit. Now, coming back down to here, I'm going to just drop a little bit of water. Now that it's a little bit dry, and just deposit some water into there, maybe a little bit more of this pink. All right, I'm going to grab that edge just a bit with the lighter lines on the edge. You won't have to worry about it too much, but it's okay that it doesn't fit within the lines perfectly. And over here, I'm going to put my think I'm going to make a secondary color here. This kind of pinky purple. So we'll let that dry a little bit and see how that turns out. And now we'll kind of do the same thing up here. We can just put clear water and go to the outside edges. And maybe I'll put a brighter yellow into here. I don't know if I used pineapple yet in those. Looks like I used coconut from this tropical set. Oops. So and now I'm going to drop this hot pink into here. That's kind of crazy looking, but it should turn out fun. I'm literally making up as I go because my example that I've already done is completely different. Same type of colorways, but really pretty different. Okay, now I'm going to come in here and add like a brown, this tiki color, see what happens. And I've got a lot of saturation, so probably have to come back in there. I'm going to go ahead and get the body. And if you don't want that to bleed into your butterfly, then I would wait until it's drier or make sure not to touch the edges. So in here, I'm going to come back with some black or a brown and put some definition into there. If you use too much, it might really make it look crazy, so you can practice on another piece of paper. I'm going to take a little bit of that back. And I don't want to push my brush into here everywhere because it'll just take away all the beauty that has been forming. So I'm just depositing some and waiting for it to push and dry and see what happens. And now I'm going to do the same thing here. Put a little bit of black in there. You do not have to add black to yours. You may not like how that looks. If I put a little bit of brown, might give it that kind of rusty look. Starting to buckle a little bit here. I'm going to take some of that and siphon it. You can see that. Just touching the paper towel in there so that I don't stamp it and create any kind of new design. What you can do if you like that look, you can always, oh, look what I did up here. Must have stuck my paper towel right in that, so let's see what I can do to fix that right now. I'm going to take a wet brush. It's amazing, I missed that completely. And let me see if I can scrub that away. Get white paper towel, not here, and dab at that edge. It's almost gone. Like I said, it's hard because it's so runny and you just want to make sure you don't get your hand in it. And I'll wait to come back up to there till that's dry, the paper's dry there. Squeeze. Oh, wow, did not mean to do that. So let me siphon some of that. That's what I was going to come up here and siphon a little bit of that out. Running out of corners. That way, not making making a huge mess. Let's see, I used pineapple up here, so now I'm going to try to repair this. I would wait a little bit longer. And if that didn't clean up very well, I go to the outside, almost do pencil line, and just come in there with a whole new shape. And now that I put that hot color there, you just don't even see where my eye is just going right to the beauty and not to that area that I kind of messed up. Just kind of going around this with water to get it to the outside edge a little bit better. This I have color in my brush. And now we just wait for that to dry and see what we have at the end. I'm going to go in here now that that's drying and add a little bit of color. The 3 butterflies. And you can cover this in